That's not.
You left in
real.
November of 08. After you left, JR wrestled 3 more matches, once against Michael Cole in 2011. Unbelievably, an Extreme Rules pay-per-view strap match in 2011 with Jack Swagger and Michael Cole on one side, JR and Lawler on the other. Later in 2011, JR would team with John Cena, and they would get a win over Alberto Del Rio and Michael Cole. And then ultimately JR's run as sort of a full-timer with the company comes to an end in September of 2013. And that comes after a lot of criticism from an August 2K video game symposium in LA, where supposedly Jim Ross and Ric Flair had a few too many cocktails, and that got off the rails. Now, of course, JR would deny that he was drunk, and would say that, you know, his speech may have been affected, but that's from Bell's palsy and people just weren't hearing from him all the time. So maybe they, you know, whatever. But I know a lot of people know that Rick had lost his son Reed earlier that year, and he was probably drinking too much. What did you hear about that 2K disaster and then the fallout, which cost JR a business relationship?
Well, I think I heard all the rumor and innuendo that was out there. I don't know to this day what, you know, fact from fiction. I heard that both guys had been drinking all day and that several people had seen him drinking all day. I spoke to JR specifically, who said that he had not been. It was a train wreck, no matter what it was. And I don't know that Jim was told. Jim didn't tell me that he was fired for that, and nor did I hear from anybody else that said, okay, Jim specifically was fired for that in any way, shape, or form. It was just that he had moved to Oklahoma. He wasn't doing nearly as much as what he had been doing, and that was it. I mean, I think watching it, because I did watch it, I thought that JR and everybody else involved in it should have taken steps to probably get Rick off the stage and protect Rick from himself at that point. Because Rick was in a bad place. Rick was in a highly emotional place. And to allow it to continue, I think that was a lot of people's fault. And if JR were on top of his game 10 years ago, that JR would have, switched the subject. JR would have done an end around and brought that thing back to where it needed to be, instead of letting it go on the way that it went on. But again, a lot of people could have helped out in that situation, and talent tried. It was just a train wreck. It was an unfortunate train wreck, but I have no knowledge whatsoever as far as what really happened there, because I wasn't there.
Let's talk a little bit about sort of what's going on behind the scenes, though. You know, JR's not super involved in the storylines. He's still doing the announcing on TV. He's still the executive vice president of talent relations. There is a blip in the radar, though, when Lawler leaves in 2001. Paul Heyman's going to take his spot over. And I think a lot of people were probably hesitant because we had become so familiar and really fell in love in the past, 3 or 4 years with JR and the King as a duo. But I thought Paul Heyman did a really nice job with JR. What'd you think?
Well, you and I just did WrestleMania 17, available in the archives, folks. And I think that this was the best commentary. I forgot how good Paul was, but I think it's probably the best commentary. It's my favorite WrestleMania. But listen to the commentary on this. JR and Heyman had worked for years together prior to this in WCW or NWA, whatever the hell they were at the time. And when they got back together, it was like old times, and they clicked. They worked well together. You had the obnoxious New Yorker and the Southern good old JR ready to rock and roll, and you felt it, and it was good.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I don't know what it was about their chemistry, but it certainly worked for me.